Looking at it, and it looks pretty scary right now.
We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if we're going to come back to a home or what damage we're coming home to, and so it's sad. It's scary.
I would have preferred to hunker down at home, but my concerns are for the people of Corpus Christi.
Joy will come in the morning, and we'll get through this.
Right now, a monster hurricane headed right toward Texas. Here is a live look from Galveston, right where 87 meets Seawall Boulevard. This could be the strongest storm to hit the U.S. in 12 years. Millions of people set to be impacted by this system. You can see the water already rising there on the coast of Galveston, and this is more than 200 miles to the north of where that storm is expected to make landfall, just to the north of Corpus Christi, Texas. People out there in the water right now, ill-advised. A couple of hours from now, they might want to do well to just pack up and get out of Dodge. Those barrier islands are going to be socked by this storm. There is catastrophic storm surge flooding expected after that storm hits and makes landfall tonight. There could be as much as 20 inches of rain in some areas and even more once we get into the weekend. 30 counties in Texas are under a state of disaster right now. 700 National Guard members have been activated. Evacuations are in place, mandatory in 7 counties, but not everyone is leaving.
I decided to stay to protect my house.
Are you worried about your decision to stay?
A little bit. I'm mainly worried about my kids.
I've got all my stuff, everything I've ever worked for my entire life here. I'm not leaving. That's about all there is to that.
Now, we have a Tegna-owned station there in Corpus Christi, Texas. They are just going wall to wall, getting their folks ready for this storm right now, talking with their meteorologist. Half of the people in the hurricane warning zone live in and around that area. We'll be monitoring their signal as we move through the show in the course of tonight. Traffic on Interstate 37 from Corpus Christi to San Antonio was backed up for miles yesterday. A lot of people trying to get out of town. Actually, they've got one of their reporters in the field. Why don't we listen to that real quick?
We are here at Holly and Everhart. Again, we're talking about degrading conditions here, as we've just seen Harvey, of course, upgraded. We are seeing definitely some strong bands of rain coming through right now. I'm going to step out and take you with me here just so you can get a look at what we're dealing with right now. We are, again, sheltered by this building. The winds coming from inland that are just so strong.
You can see not a lot of people driving around in and around that area where that reporter is right now. It looks like they might be in one of the lulls of some of the rain bands coming through. Again, we'll be checking back in with them. We got a shot we can show you here of the storm from the International Space Station. Just look at it. It's a beast. Again, life-threatening, impacting millions of people along the Texas Gulf Coast. Let's go to Jason Miles in Galveston with a look at conditions there right now.
Well, the rain and the wind have really picked up here along the seawall on Galveston Island. I have this measurer that has so far indicated gusts of up to 40 miles an hour. Earlier today, there was also a tornado warning for Galveston County and surrounding areas on top of what Hurricane Harvey is expected to bring. We've seen people out here taking pictures. You see some folks here walking by, kind of enjoying what Mother Nature is giving them right now. But there are lifeguards and the beach patrol keeping close watch and actually pulling people away from the surf. We saw one guy dressed from head to toe in a suit, a dress suit with a surfboard. I think his intention was to get on TV, and he succeeded. But right now the county is urging people, especially on the Bolivar Peninsula and on the west end of Galveston Island, to heed the voluntary evacuation order. Right now it is voluntary. That could change. And also later today, the Galveston County officials could open an emergency shelter. So far that has not happened. We will of course continue to track things here in Galveston. Back to you.
I want you to check out this picture here. Forecasters are predicting a storm surge to exceed 12 feet in some spots from Harvey. The National Hurricane Center showing us here just how big that is. Well, the guy standing in front of that sign, yeah, that's an 11-foot ceiling, and the storm surge of 12 feet would go obviously way over his head. So